Hello, welcome back. I'm Tonya from Tonya's Witchy Kitchen. How are you doing today? My chair's not straight. Oops. So, do you like taking baths? I haven't really, I was never a bath person. My son is, he goes in and soaks his muscles from bull riding. I don't know how. He's like 6 foot and barely fits in the tub, it seems like. I have a hard time in the tub. I can't imagine adding another, how many inches to me and soaking in the tub. We need a new tub. But anyway, yeah. I just recently got into bathing. But, as a mom, you're lucky if you get a 2-minute shower in, with little kids and stuff like that. And so it's kind of, understanding, I don't get a shower in or a bath in. I get a shower in. I don't get a bath in. But then you hear about these women who have these husbands who come home and they're like, oh, honey, you look exhausted. You should go take a bath, Go take some time for yourself. I'll watch the kids. Yeah, not in my world, except for right after I had the kids, like right after I had the baby and I came home. Yeah, I'd say maybe the first 2 weeks for sure. He would come in about 8:30, 9 o'clock and I'll take the baby, whether it was awake or not. Yeah, so, there is that. But, yeah, really? He'd nenever come in and be like, oh, you look exhausted. Maybe you should take some time for yourself. It was more like, what did you do all day? You want to know what I do all day? You get your butt in the house. I'll show you what I do all day, especially with 5 kids at the time. But even with just 3, 2, 1 wasn't bad. Yeah, she was. She would make her rounds around the living room and knock everything off that she could possibly reach. So it doesn't matter how many kids you have. It's, but he did some crazy stuff. Like I was in labor. Oh, I can't remember if it was our 4th child. And I was in labor in the hospital, right? And because they brought me my lunch tray, you know what that entails, right? Like an icy and some broth and everything barely liquid, not, the Jell-O was probably the thickest consistency they had there. But yeah, and what does he do? He takes off to a freaking cattle sale. I kid you not. He went down to the sales barn to watch cattle sell and have lunch with his buddy. I'm like, are you serious? Our 5th child, we had a blizzard is what happened on Christmas Eve. We had a blizzard. And when I went into labor, he took me to town. But he literally, so I don't think he could come back. But after I had our 5th child, he left within a couple hours and went back home to help dig out snow, dig out pens and whatever. Even though there were 3 other guys there to do the work. Yeah, he's a peach. Some of the stuff I think about, I'm just like, wow. Yeah, he wouldn't rub my feet because he thinks feet are disgustingly gross. He never gave me back rubs. God, what is with this guy? Somebody should have took him aside and been like, somebody needs to write. Okay, my daughter has a friend, and I'm pretty sure he'll never see this. So, you know who you are. You're writing that book about how to be a gentleman, how to be a man, right? Get cracking because these boys need it. Come on. Somebody said, took him aside and hit him upside the head. Woo, memories, right? But anyway, to the bath. We are doing bath salts today. Just a couple varieties. I don't even think I did a fizzy one today. but that's okay. Yeah, we're doing a few magnesium one, a detox one, and just the regular scenty fruity one. Or not fruity, scented. Because the detox, yeah, we'll get into it in the video. What am I talking about here? I'm on a tangent. Anyway, 3 things. Dream big. Be true to you, and you are worth it. Let's go check out that video. Bye-bye. Okay, so to start, this was my fragrance oil in the little container, and I add dendritic, I can never say that, dendritic salt to my fragrance oil because it's supposed to hold the fragrance oil in better. And then we had some sea salt, dead sea salt, some Himalayan salt in here, and some Epsom salt in here. We'll get to ratios later. And then you just mix them together. And you don't have to have the dendritic salt, in your essential oil. You don't have to. You don't even need it if you don't want it. It's just something I like to add. And then I have to clean off my spatula and get every little bit of fragrance oil off of there. But then you just mix, just like a bath bomb type of thing. Just mix it up really, really well. So you get that fragrance oil all incorporated into everything. So bath salts, they're said to de-stress, help you de-stress after a long, busy day. The salts are skin loving. Yeah, our skin loves salts. Combat stress, give us nice smooth skin. One thing though, no matter what type of salt it is detoxifying, and salt pulls moisture. So before and after you take a salt bath, you should really drink a glass of water before and a glass of water after. And it just helps your body flush out those toxins that it's pulling from your skin. Your skin's your biggest organ, and we should detox it often. Because it actually, by detoxing your skin, it actually puts less stress on, or it relieves some of the stress to your organs, because it's helping with the whole, getting rid of toxins and stuff out of your body. It lifts the load, because if your skin is full of it, then your body has to work harder to get rid of them. So I screwed up here. Of course I did. I should have put wax paper down. These are stick free, but I should have put wax paper and then spread them out, and then they sit overnight like that. Okay, so this is my sugared rose one, and I am putting in my rosebuds. We'll talk about ratios later, but so these are my hand-picked rosebuds, and then I just crush them up a little bit, and if you don't like when your bath salts come with botanicals, you can always just use a tea bag or even a coffee filter and tie it shut with some yarn so they don't go down the drain, but it doesn't really bother me. So then I should be adding milk powder. I don't think it's buttermilk. I don't even know if I showed you. It's regular milk powder. Really nice for your skin. This one is. So I think it's, we'll talk about ratios later, but I think this batch was like 18 ounces of salt, and I am putting 2 ounces of milk powder in here. I put 1/4 of a cup crushed. It was 1/4 of a cup first, and then I crushed them, of the rose petals. And I'm going to put a nice teaspoon of rose, kale, and clay in here. It makes it so pretty. And, in searching bath salts, right, except for the detoxifying one that I do, there's not a lot of people that put clays in their bath salts, and I'm just like, why not? They're awesome. And this one is such a pretty pink. It really makes the bath salts just look super pretty. And then I'm just going to add my salts into the bowl. This takes me a little bit because, you don't want them all over the floor. So you have to, tilt it sideways. But like I was saying, I usually put wax paper down and then put my salts on there and spread them out as thin as you can get them on there and leave them set overnight to 24 hours. It just helps them dry out a little bit better. I mean, the only thing in there is the fragrance oil, right? But you don't want to package them wet and have problems. So, and then I just mix this up really well, and it's just a beautiful color with that rose kaolin clay in there. And rose kaolin is for sensitive skin and maybe aging skin, but sensitive is the one I remember. And so on to our second one. This is the rosemary mint. This is from Aztec Candle and Soap Supplies. I hadn't tried it and I wasn't sure about it. It's for I think it's a shampoo company as the dupe it's off of. So there it is, all pretty and clear with my dendritic salt. See, I can't say that word. And back again to the same things. Dead sea salt, Himalayan salt, Epsom salt. I like a combination. You don't have to do a combination, but I do like the combination of the different salts because they all have, they all have similar properties because they're salts, right? But they do also have specific characteristics that I did not look up, so I can't tell you. I just know they're awesome and fun. I do actually, it's amazing how many bath salts I sell at my vendor shows or even online. It's like a thing. I think I sell more of these than I do bath bombs, except for specific people. But anyway, so mix it up really good. Put it on the cookie sheet with wax paper maybe next time. And let it set for 12 to 24 hours. And onto the mix. So to this one, the rosemary and mint, we are only adding French sea clay, or green sea clay is another way they refer to. It's kind of green. It's a little bit green, but I'm not adding any botanicals to this one. I think I was going to make this a fizzy salt bath, and then I spaced it, but that's okay, right? Yeah, my husband, if you want to talk about romantic people, he has, my son has more romantic tendencies in his pinky than my husband has in his whole body. Okay, like when we were dating, I got so sick of red roses. I finally told him I hated red roses and not to buy me another one. I said I'd rather have you go pick some wildflowers out of a field or something. And to this day, I mean, if somebody else gets red roses, it's then they're gorgeous. If I get them, I'm just like, oh God, what'd he do now? Well, and that is like anything. If he shows up with flowers, it's like, what did you do? Like, seriously. What did you do that you think you had to buy me flowers? It's a legit question. Come on. So yeah, mix it up. And then these are my little bags I put them in. Super cute and reusable. And onto the detox bath. So this is just baking soda and Himalayan salt. I'm making a set of 3. I think I'm going to sell them in a pack of 3. And then there's Epsom salt. That's what it was. Is Epsom salt. And then there's bentonite clay. That's really good for detoxification. And then there's activated charcoal. So activated charcoal can come from hardwood or coconut shells. I think this one's from hardwood. Yep. And then these are the menthol crystals. So it is going to have a pepperminty scent to this because of the menthol crystals, but they are good for pH balance and some other stuff with skin that I don't remember. Sorry. And then I package them in 3.5 ounces per bag. That is 1 bath. Okay, don't skimp yourself. Don't try and mix it up. It's 1 bath per bag. And onto my magnesium muscle blend. Now this is a really cool one. If only I could get my son to use it. It is the Epsom salt, which is a magnesium, and magnesium flakes, and raw sea salt. Now, because my raw sea salt is kind of damp, if you want to say, it turned to liquid. See there? Yes, liquid. Simply because it is dissolvable in any liquid and oil. I've even had it dissolve in oils. So I did add a little bit of preservative to this, 0.5, just because I needed to, just in case. And this is my gold standard organic sulfur, kind of like comes from the ocean, DMSO type thing. Great for muscles relief and pain and even arthritis. But I can't say that it does those things because otherwise it's a drug, considered a drug, and you have to have it in, that's making a drug claim, and it's not it's a cosmetic. So do your own research. Look up what MSM does for your body. Look up, magnesium. I mean, if you ever, seriously, look stuff up. It's amazing, what natural ingredients. Coconut yogurt, not Skittles. Natural ingredients can do for your body. It's a great thing. So I'm just getting this to 11 ounces. That's what it comes in these nice containers. It makes 3 good baths out of them. Yeah, just do a third and a third and a third. And welcome to my office. Bath salts. Okay, so in reality, you can use any ratio of salts and any salts you want to use. Okay, there is no rhyme or reason to this. There's tons, literally hundreds, thousands of bath salt recipes on the internet with all sorts of concoctions to them. Okay, I stick to Epsom salt, Himalayan salt, Dead Sea salt, and dendritic salt. So there is no right or wrong to this. It's purely whatever you want to do. The dendritic salt, if you're using it, 5% of the overall, 5% in the ratio of salts is about all you really need. And as for additives, fragrance oils, 1 to 3% typically, but make sure you check the usage guidelines. I cannot stress that enough. Teas, it just means like you're using flowers or herbs. You can use them powdered or whole. It does not matter. Oatmeal, same, it's thrown in with the flowers and herbs. Milk, 10% in the equation, unless you're making a milk bath. That's got a higher ratio in it, okay? Fizzy bath salts, 1 part baking soda to 1 part citric acid, or, and I don't know why I find the 2 different ratios, because in bath bombs, it's 2 parts baking soda to 1 part citric acid.
And that's typically what I do, is 2 parts of the baking soda to 1 part citric acid, which is 6% in your overall ratio and 3% in your overall. Okay. Clays, like I said, it's really funny. There's not a lot of them that add clays to it, and I don't understand why, because there's so many good skin benefits of clays. I use about 1 teaspoon per pound of salts. You can go up to 1 tablespoon, just because it's nice in the bath water. That's your basic. Okay? So there's no right or wrong to this. You don't really need a recipe. So I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you liked this video. Thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.